Hello everyone. Thank you so much for your time today. My name is Guy Vincent and I'm really excited to share with you Publishizer, a book pre-orders platform. You can call it a Kickstarter for books, but it's so much more than that. We're on a mission to turn publishing into a community experience and disrupt a highly traditional industry. Self-publishing is huge and growing fast. In the US and UK alone, self-publishing output was worth $4.6 billion. In the past 5 years, the industry grew 422%. In the last year, 58%. In addition, we're seeing rapid growth in emerging markets like China, India, Brazil, and Thailand. Now, anyone can write a book. That's not the problem. The hard bit is selling your first 10,000 copies. Seth Godin ran a massively successful Kickstarter campaign for his book and went on to write that he did not have the intestinal fortitude to go through the experience again. Now, why is that? The platform doesn't offer any of the services that an author requires. The solution is to launch a pre-orders campaign for your book on Publishizer. You can gauge demand for your book before it's even published. But wait a second, you're saying that you can sell a book before it's even written? Well, sure, we decided to put that experiment to the test. John Yong-Fook launched a campaign for Growth Hacking Handbook. He told his readers, writing a book takes time. I'm only going to write this book if I sell at least $10,000 worth of books. It was a huge success. He sold $12,700 worth of ebooks. And it's an ebook only campaign. That's essentially pure profit for him. Pretty snazzy. Scott Bales, joining us today in the audience, ran a wildly successful campaign for his book Mobile Ready. He sold over $28,000 worth of pre-orders. Now, we helped Scott connect with an editor, a designer, a publicist. And the amazing thing about his campaign was not just the phenomenal result that he produced, but he's a first-time author, and he went on to become an Amazon bestseller just last week, number 6 in the consumer behavior category. This is incredible. He's the number 1 self-published author in the world in his category. We have a campaign live right now. Okay, well, let me tell you about where we're at. With much gratitude to our customers, we've managed to sell $109,000 in pre-orders through our platform. That's around about 3,000 copies of books. We have an 80% campaign success rate on average, and an average pre-order value of around about $36. Now, we're very excited about this progress, but what we're even more excited about is the process itself. It's so simple. Anyone can do this. All you need is a book proposal. Our software guides you step by step through the process of setting up your book. You submit it to the Publishizer team for review, and if approved, boom, you launch your pre-orders campaign with a minimum funding goal. If you manage to hit that goal within your pre-orders campaign, you move on to the exciting bit, which is getting published. Now, this is where our unique sales proposition lies. We are building an incredible ecosystem of editors, designers, marketers. We have printing partnerships in Singapore and the United States who can offer both offset printing and direct fulfillment to your backers. You don't even need to pack and send your own books if you use our platform. If we can even send books to an Amazon warehouse on your behalf if you want. As this ecosystem grows in value, our service becomes increasingly valuable to our authors. So how do we make money out of all of this? Well, we've been experimenting. We charge 10% of the funds raised through a pre-orders campaign. So if an author sells $10,000 worth of books, we make $1,000. Pretty nice. But we're also experimenting with a 30% tier and even a 50% tier with varying levels of service for our authors. But we believe that we should go even further than that. The path to profitability lies in having multiple revenue streams. If someone purchases editing or design or publicity services through us, we'll take a 10% referral fee from that for facilitating it. Printers will pay us 10% when we bring them jobs, which is pretty nice. In addition, if someone discovers a book through our platform, clicks through to Amazon, they will pay us an 8.5% affiliate fee. We're also looking at publishing options as well. Publishizer has a very healthy pipeline of upcoming campaigns on topics as diverse as Bitcoin, content marketing, teaching grandparents how to use an iPad, even how to farm organic tomatoes in your backyard. So we have a campaign live right now. Brand Cooper is a 2-time best-selling author, frustrated by the publishing process. There are over $18,000 in pre-orders with 4 days to left. You can get it right now. This is the future of publishing. We're a strong and experienced team with developers and advisors, and we're expanding we're looking for advisors at the moment. It's been an absolute pleasure sharing Publishizer with you guys. Feel free to approach us at booth S39. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, guys. And over to you, judges.
I've got 2 different questions. First of all, you focus on paper-based books only? Yeah, is that correct?
We do print and ebook.
Okay, so you do both. Okay.
It's up to the author.
The second question is around basically the discovery experience of users. As we all know, book business is very much a hit-driven business. So if I'm a user, what makes me believe in that specific proposition is basically actually going to deliver what I'm hoping for?
Yeah, that's a great question. What we've been learning is that by building a community of early adopters through the pre-orders campaign, when you come to launch on Amazon, we can harness that to get a lot of reviews and high ratings in a very short period of time. This allows discoverability within the Amazon marketplace, which is the dominant marketplace, and we're experimenting with ways to create a bestseller.
So it sounds like you're doing a kind of vertical Kickstarter Indiegogo within the publishing business. Could you talk about how or why you're better or different than those 2 larger, more well-known platforms that at least help raise the money? It seems similar.
Yeah, that's a great question. It's really in the...
I'm saying a great question. They're not all great questions.
it's in the ecosystem. So Seth's experience was he had to handle the packing, the fulfillment, the shipping, the labeling all by himself. We've set up the relationships with printers. I come from a book printing as well as an ebook production background, so we're able to tie in some of that experience and offer that to our authors.
Are you doing any analytics on that so that people understand kind of how effective those are?
Yeah, you can track all of it. We collect shipping addresses at checkout as well to streamline it.
So how do you manage or ensure the quality? I mean, if I can come up with a juicy proposal, but I have no idea how to write a book and I just write a lot of garbage, I can still get, because it's based on that proposition, that proposal in terms of what the book's going to say. So I can potentially walk away with $12,000, $14,000 just by coming up with a good proposal and not really putting anything in the book. So how do you deal with those kind of challenges?
Yeah, I did have a good friend who said, "Guy, I want to write a book, and then I sell many books, and I go away and buy Ferrari." So we've definitely had to look into how to curate this process and make it safe for everyone. I mean, we do our checks when a book is submitted to Publishizer for review. We'll look up the author, we'll look up what they've written. If there are any red flags, we'll reach out to them and make sure it's a safe campaign.
Not to be too depressing, but why doesn't Amazon dominate this business, or why wouldn't Amazon dominate this business?
That's a really good question. That's not a good question, Dave. That was a terrible question, and it is hard to answer as well. Amazon's business model is based on as low cost as possible, which is a great thing for their business, but it is very harmful for authors and publishers, as we know from the recent spat. Our business model is essentially based on how do you give as much value to readers as possible through patron editions, corporate sponsors, book bundles, rewards. So it's really giving the authors the opportunity to, get paid for writing their book.
Thank you, Guy.
Thank you.
And thank you, judges.